Good morning, y'all. And it is good morning. It's 11:53, and I really hadn't been to bed. I took a 30-minute nap before my groceries got here. And I got my groceries early. I thought that'll force me to wake up early, but I couldn't go to sleep. So, but I had my grocery delivery from 10 o'clock to noon, and I woke up and looked at the clock, and I said, my ice cream is melting. So I've already eaten the ice cream. I got the black raspberry with the dark chocolate, and it was good. I ate breakfast this morning about, I don't know, it's about 5 o'clock. So yeah, I was ready for ice cream. And that ice cream was, let me get my list here. Uh, the ice cream was $3.99. That'd be cheaper than me going to Baskin Robbins. Okay, I've I've taken this position because the sun is very bright here in the morning, and my groceries weren't showing up very well. So I'll try doing it this way. Let's see. I'll just go straight down the list. I got two magnesium. They were buy one get one free, or two for whatever. They were two for $7.99 or $8, and I have to take that every day as per my heart doctor. All right, grapes. I ordered, like the small package of grapes, but instead I got this big one here. But I'm sure I can eat all these grapes. And these were $4.99 for 3 pounds. Okay. Then I got laundry detergent. Oh, I can't lift it. I got this one. It was $10.29. I don't like getting it in a big container like this, only because it's heavy for me to lift. But I think I was in Walgreens one day and bought, one of those little tiny bottles. And I'm just going to pour some of this into that tiny bottle so I can lift it up. Okay. Oh, and cabbage. I ordered another cabbage. It's a great vegetable to keep in the refrigerator because it lasts a long time. And I asked for it to be green with a lot of leaves on it, because if I ask for that, then it'll be a pretty decent cabbage. I don't like getting them when they're white. I noticed that they taste kind of hot, maybe bitter. Okay, I got some celery seed. I'm always complaining, I need to order some. I need to order some. Well, I finally did, and it was $2.99. I got buttermilk. It was $3.99. Yes, I can take milk and put lemon juice or vinegar in there, but it just doesn't taste as good. And I plan on making a couple of things that I would really prefer real buttermilk with. I think my lack of sleep is showing up. Okay, buttermilk. Cheese. I ordered cheddar cheese. It was It was two for $6, but they only had one. So I had to pay $3.99. And then I got some cream. I usually get a big container, but I just got a small one this time. And it was $3.69. Peanut butter. I got the Kroger Natural Creamy. It has roasted peanuts and salt. And the sodium is 130 milligrams. Uh, I'm going to have to keep this in the refrigerator. I said I was going to buy like, Kroger or some other brand, because the natural, you have to stir it, and when you put it in the refrigerator, it gets very firm and it's hard to spread it. So we'll see. I don't know if you can see the oil on top. I just turn it down and try to let it work its magic there. I still have to stir it. Okay, pork. I got a big Boston pork butt. That's a lot of meat for one person, but I think I can come up with some recipes. Now, the date of expiration is uh, September 23rd. Today is the 13th. I have at least 10 days before I have to cook this. So before I cook that, I will cook the chicken that I got. I got chicken thighs. There are 6 large thighs in here for $6.31. So I'll cook those and have those for the next ever how long they last. And let's see, I got red lentils. Got some more of those. They were $2.69. Let's see, I got some evaporated milk. I thought I need to start keeping evaporated milk around. Some shelf-stable things. Uh, I'm bad about stocking up on lots of things. But I had a conversation with my sister the other day, and she was reminding me that when the weather gets bad out here, it's not bad like it is up north, but you know, uh, down here in the south, we don't have all the equipment needed to, you know, do snow, and because we live in the country, the roads will be bad for longer than they are in town. So, okay, I'll buy up some things a little at a time. Also got some more raisins. Now the other box of raisins, which I used last night in my apple crisp, I bought those in April. This is September. They lasted me 5 months. So I imagine these will last as long. So, a lot of the things I buy, they're not for immediate eating. They last me a long time because it's only me here. And, I don't have to keep buying stuff over and over because, it lasts so long. Let's see. Do the red beans. Got some more red beans. I had ordered some lima beans, the small lima beans, but they were out of those. I bought some, let's see here. All right, some frozen okra. And when I'm finished with this video, I'm going to go ahead and cook this because for those of you who are new, my freezer doesn't work. That's why I ate all that ice cream because the freezer doesn't work. So I'll be cooking this okra, and I'll make some kind of chicken dish for supper and have the chicken and okra. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. Coconut. I ordered, let's see, what size is this? It's a 14 ounce of flaked sweetened coconut. It's $3.99. You know, that keeps a long time. I like coconut, but I don't make a lot of things using coconut. Butter, I got these two 1 pound packages. Butter was $7.29. You know, that'll keep a good while in the refrigerator. I put it back in the coldest part of the refrigerator. Uh, Peppercorns for my pepper meal. Got some more of those. Carrots. I wanted two individual carrots, and they sent me they sent me 2 pounds. So I need to come up with some kind of recipe using carrots. Now, carrots are another good vegetable to keep in your refrigerator because they'll last a long time, you know. Uh, let's see. Carrots, dill pickles. Dill pickles. Now, I like pickles, but the only reason I keep them around is because I get terrible indigestion sometimes, and my acupuncturist told me to eat a dill pickle and it would make my indigestion or heartburn go away. Well, one night I was out of Pepsid and I was desperate. I was just desperate. And I thought about what my acupuncturist said, and I went and got a dill pickle and ate it. And it was just almost instant. That heartburn, indigestion went away. So I always keep the dill pickles. Mustard, got a small container of mustard. The mustard was 99 cents and those pickles were $2.49 and the carrots were $2.29. Okay. I can remember when, you know, the family was, husband and 3 kids, I'd get the biggest thing of mustard there was. But that little container will last me 2 or 3 months. Okay, what else we got here? Extra virgin olive oil. I have a bottle sitting on my kitchen counter over there that I bought back in April. And I've probably got about this much left in there. So this is another thing that lasts me a long time. I very rarely fry things. I did make those zucchini fritters. I mean, I hadn't fried anything in a long time. And deep frying, I don't deep fry stuff. You know, always talking about people in the South fry everything. Well, I did when we first got married. Everything was fried, but I don't do that anymore. Uh, so that was $9.99. So $10. You know, that's like if that lasts me 4 or 5 months, that's between $2 and $2.50 a month for olive oil. Okay. Oranges. I wanted navel oranges. You know, just the Kroger whatevers. They sent me organic Valencia oranges. I guess it says sweet and juicy. They probably have seeds in them. But, I'll eat them. You know. Almond milk. I got two of the shelf-stable almond milk. Get that glare off there. I like having that around. I can keep it in the pantry. I don't drink milk like I used to. I could drink a gallon of milk at one sitting. I love milk, but I just don't drink it like I used to. and those were $1.79 each. Then I got some Smucker's blackberry jam. I'd much rather have this than grape. I grew up on grape jelly. That's all we ever had was grape jelly. I think I remember one time Daddy coming home from the grocery store with it was apple strawberry, and it was so good. But, I mean, it was just like one or two times, but it was always grape. And I thought, I got out on my own. I thought, I don't have to buy grape jelly. And so I like keeping different kinds of jellies, jams, marmalades in my refrigerator. Okay, lemons. I got, I think what I ordered was a bigger bag of lemons, but this one, it has 3 lemons in there. They're kind of big, but I don't use lemons that often, but I do like to keep them around. They excuse me, they keep a pretty good while in the refrigerator. These were $2.99, and uh, the cornmeal, which I have to say, I don't want to be ungrateful. I appreciate the fact that Kroger offers delivery. I mean, I appreciate it so much because it just wears me out to go in the store and be looking all around and, buying the groceries and then having to take them to the car and then unload them. And so I appreciate it. I always leave a cash tip at the door with a little note that says thank you. And when I place my order, the little spot where it says, what can we substitute this with? And you put in your little note. I go down through there and I go, thank you for doing my shopping. I appreciate you doing my shopping. Have a good day. You make my day. Little notes all throughout there. And one time I had one of the people that pulls the orders had put a little post-it note in my delivery and said she had a big smile on her face when she saw my little notes in there. It doesn't cost anything to be kind. I'm always telling you, be kind to somebody and saying nice things to someone, especially someone that's pulling my grocery order so I don't have to drive up there. Well, I can't because my truck doesn't work. But you know what I mean. So, uh, I don't like to complain about anything. I mean, I got some food to eat. But this is the cornmeal they sent me. Sunflower. I'm not particularly fond of this cornmeal. It's milled real fine. It's soft, and I will eat it, but I like Martha White self-rising flour. That is my favorite cornmeal. I like it. I like the white cornmeal, but if Martha White, uh, the white cornmeal, if they're out, I'll buy the yellow. But I prefer that particular brand. And 2 pounds. I mean, now that's enough for me these days. It really is. I mean, when my family was around, this wasn't gonna do it. This would be gone in 2 days. So, you know, I just want to. Uh, well, there's nothing else to say. So, how much did I pay for all this? Well, I was looking at the total. It said $163.34. That was for the things that I had chosen. And the coupons and sales take off $20.49. The delivery is free. Well, not really because you have to pay the Boost membership, but you know what I mean. And then the tax was $9.11. And the tip that they automatically add is $8.66. Now, I always leave a $5 cash tip because I appreciate those people coming out here, and they usually I get a phone call because they can't find me, because I live way back off the road, and they can't really see me very well from the road. Anyway, this person didn't call. They just came right on, so I guess they've been here before. Well, the final total that they charged my debit card because of some of the things that I ordered that they did not have, uh, the final total was $151.70 for all that I got. So, uh, I guess I'll have to start putting all this up and deciding what I'm gonna cook. And now that I have that cream, I can warm up some of that apple crisp that I made, warm it up a little bit in the microwave, and pour some of that cream over it. That will be good. But I think I better wait since I already ate that pint of ice cream. Yeah. So, uh, so I do have some things to eat. Uh, Beans, some meat. I don't eat a lot of meat. When that meat's gone, I'll have to wait until the next order I make. And sometimes I just put off buying groceries because I don't feel like making the order. Or I think I can do without. I got stuff in here to eat. There's no husband or children here to say, open up the refrigerator and say, there's nothing to eat. I open the refrigerator and go, what can I make out of that? You know, just uh, and I don't have to. When I place an order, I don't I don't say to myself, oh, I better order some so and so because my husband likes that, or let me buy some of that because this child likes this and that child likes this thing. I don't have to take that into consideration. I can just buy whatever I want within reason and eat whatever I want whenever I want. There's something to be said about being old and being able to decide those things. I'm not influenced by anybody. But if somebody said, let's have let's have lunch at your house, or if I said, come over and have lunch, man, I'd be making lists. I could have this menu, or I could plan this menu. Oh, I want to cook this. I hadn't made this in a long time, and I know they'd like that. That's how I think when there's company coming. What can I make? Because that gives me a lot of pleasure. Having the gifts of service and hospitality. I'm all about entertaining somebody and you know making sure that they're happy and uh, uh, well fed and that kind of thing. So I think I must be in a talkative mood because I feel like I could just talk and talk and talk, and this video is getting very long. So I guess I'll just call it a day. I probably ought to go take a nap, but if I take a nap, then I'll stay up late again tonight, and I need to, kind of get back in the routine of getting up earlier. So, well, y'all have a good afternoon. Oh, let me say this. I am going to put this video under Mix It Up in the Kitchen. Miss Brenda at Grammy's homestead, Maine homestead, she has it Mix It Up in the kitchen on Saturdays, and this would be the perfect video since I'm in the kitchen and I got food. All right. Well, y'all have a good day, a good evening, a good afternoon, and please remember to be kind to someone. Someone needs your kindness today. Bye.